Talk That Talk TV, we back again.
Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devoured with fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your girl Tika,
and it's EJ,
and we are here. We are Talk That Talk Media. I do apologize for my tardiness. Y'all know I like to try to do my best to get started on time. So thank you. With that being said, for you guys already tapping in, I can see you guys pulling up. EJ, we here to talk about another Christmas movie, and this one was BET Plus, Never Alone for Christmas, starring my girl Melissa L. Williams. And what did you think initially of this particular film?
It was cute. You know, I like the cute Christmas movie or whatever. So it was all cute and stuff. I was like, okay, I see you. Dude was goofy though. Goofy, super goofy. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all about what's in the heart.
And yeah, and I absolutely agree. He was definitely goofy. I think that was the whole point of it all, to kind of like transition him from being this whole goofball to this kind of semi-stud muffin type individual, even though he was a little nerdy and a little goofy, a lot goofy. But that was, I think that's what the goal was. And you know, I like it. I've seen Jawan, I think his name is Jawan Jones. I've seen him in other projects before, and he's been, you know, he's a comedian. And so, you know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive into it and talk about it. With that being said, thank you to the audience for tapping in already. I absolutely appreciate you. I see my girl EJ has control of the chat. So, hey, we on it, okay? Just because Tika was late don't mean the chat got to be late. So my girl was rocking it with it. So thank you, Tracy Thomas, for coming on in. Thank you. Who else we got up in here? Who else we got up in here? Demetria Richburg, thank you for tapping in as well. Patrice Harrelson, and drop in the chat a couple of Christmas trees and where you guys are from. Like, are y'all in the Christmas spirit right now? Like, let us know. Are you guys in the Christmas spirit, or you know, is Christmas Counsel at y'all house? Just let me know. I'm just interested. I'm trying to see where you guys' vibe is. Even though honestly, I didn't even put up decorations because we had so much to do with my daughter graduating and everything. I just, you know, I didn't even, it's not that I don't love Christmas like that. It wasn't a priority this year. I mean, for me, I know the real reason of Christmas. So, you know, the whole buying the gifts and doing all the extra with the extra lights and the trees and all those things just wasn't on my top priority list of things to really do. And I see already EJ said Christmas canceled over here. But you still got the Christmas spirit, EJ, because you put, when you do your latest 2 lives, now they did have Christmas decor. So is that as far as it's gonna get?
It's about as good as it's gonna get, girl. And that was me just testing it out. I think I forgot to take it down. But then when everybody was like, that's so cute, I said, oh, let me just keep it up here.
Right. Support.
Insider.
I liked it. So with that being said, y'all, we're not going to go over every single moment of what happened in this project, because, you know, y'all know I will be a little long with it. So I'm going to try to make this thing brief, even though I got a bunch of images. We may bypass some. And replay game. When y'all come through and y'all check this out, tap that, hit that replay game, and, you know, let us know that you guys were here. Hey there, up next with Lamar. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start it on off, where we meet Mr. Pierre St. Clair, who is a one of those people that be on the news talking stuff, okay? Journalist. And then we're also going to meet Monica, who is his actual fiance. She is also in charge of Cupid Counsel dating. Like she's a dating coach, in other words. And so we've also find out that the two of them are a couple and they are engaged to become husband and wife, and they're supposed to actually get married on their news station. There's supposed to be a whole live broadcast and everything, and it's supposed to be something, that's gonna bring ratings to the channel and the network and all those things, EJ. But then we also see that she talks about this counseling and this whole dating, the 5 phases. And I know you guys probably won't be able to see this later, so I do apologize, replay gang, in advance. But I'm gonna just give you guys her breakdown of what the 5 phases of dating actually are. So we're just gonna watch this clip and then we'll be right back.
Goofy phase. This is when you first start dating and you like each other, but everything is awkward as hell. You guys are both trying to impress each other and you're so self-conscious that things just continue to go haywire. The second phase is the I'm feeling you phase. Now this phase is when you get past the goofy phase and you figure out that you actually do like each other. The third phase is the where the hell is this going? Now this phase is marked with uncertainty. Both of you like each other, obviously, but you don't know if you're on the same page about the future. The fourth phase is the cards on the table phase. Now this phase, you guys are really, really getting to know one another to the point where it's about that time to get intimate. And when I say intimate, I am not talking about sex. I am talking about where you can actually open up to one another and be vulnerable with your truths. And the fifth phase is the happy ending. Now this is when the couple are finally in love.
Happy ending, huh?
That was beautiful.
That was very.
So what did you think about these different phases, EJ? And for someone that's trying to figure out what we're discussing today, this is BET Plus Never Alone for Christmas, Memphis version. And this one is starring Melissa L. Williams.
I mean, I was like, okay, phases. But I guess when you think about it, I guess it's kind of actually true. I mean, I guess when you're dating, you do kind of go through those particular phases of the relationship. So I thought it had some accuracy to it. I liked it though. I was here for it.
I liked it. I liked it as well. Honestly, because I was like, dang, I ain't dated in a long time. But just thinking back on my dating history, like, was there a goofy phase, and was there a moment where we're actually getting to know each other? So whoever, I forgot his name, Kenneth Young or Kenneth something. Either way, I forgot. I do apologize. I forgot who wrote it, but so his writing is coming with some truth and some accuracy, some things that we don't really sit down and actually think about, because we're in the midst of doing it. Like, we're in the process of this whole dating thing. We're in the goofy phase and the am I really ready to get to know you, and how much further are we really going? So, I was definitely here for that. But then we see where Monica has decided to call it quits, because Pierre said that he wanted her to quit her. He called her job petty. Like, quit your job, stay home, become a housewife. Basically, because I make more than enough money for both of us to live off of. And she's like, no, why would I, quit my job? Like, this is not just a job. This is a business for me. I've created something that actually works for me and for others. It helps others to gather and get those relationships. Some people need assistance, because one of the reporters was like, well, since they already know, Pierre was like, well, since they already know the phases, couldn't they do this by themselves? And she's like, no, the purpose of my job is to pretty much guide the individual, help them navigate through this whole process. Because you can know the phases, but how to actually get to the phases and work through the phases, you kind of need somebody there, to coach you through it. So EJ, have you ever, I know you're married, but in a single world, would you actually go to a dating coach?
Nope. Nope and nope. Ain't nobody got time to be spending no money on no goofiness. Now I'm not going to no dating coach. I'm good on that. But I mean,
mean,
for
I'm
those
extra because I said,
no, I was just gonna say for those who find it necessary or think that it would be a good thing, and I listen, like I'll never say never. Old me, no, but new me might be open to new things. Who knows?
right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely, I mean, I get it. And, I was that one person that said that I would actually sign up for Married at First Sight. So I may actually look into, experiencing a dating coach only because of the whole Married at First Sight situation. But I think I would be that one. If y'all would sign up for a dating coach, drop it in the chat, let me know. I do see we have a little bit of buffering going on. So we just gonna make it work. But once she finds out that this is what he wants her to do, she decides, okay, it's a wrap. I can't marry you because you're basically trying to get me to quit my career, stop my career, for our relationship, and that's just not gonna happen. I love my job. I love, what I do. Do you think she was? I mean, I definitely feel like, a person should have a choice of whether they want to work or if they want to be taken care of. And at this point, she didn't want to be, taken care of solely by him. She wanted her life and she wanted to continue, her career that she has already established. Any thoughts on that, EJ?
But that's what's up. Like, she shouldn't have to stop. And this should be a conversation that they had before they even got engaged anyway. Feels like he kind of just sprung this on her and she didn't know nothing about that this was the way that he was thinking. You don't do this like days before the wedding and have this conversation. This should have already been out in the open. And honestly, we're in a whole different era, a whole different time. Like, some people want to be kept and some people don't want to be kept like that. Like, they want to feel like they're fulfilling their whatever it is for them to fulfill as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still be the man and do all the things. Like, shoot, I can be kept and still do the stuff that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it,
Right.
it don't have to be like that. Like, the two things can happen at the same time. I can be kept and I can have my career as well, So I just felt like he was out of line for this and it just didn't even make any sense. Like, sir, no.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. He was definitely out of line. He was doing too much. And then, it should have been a choice. But it's like it was, you do it or you don't, you know what I mean? And so, she made the choice and she had to walk away from the relationship. Now, in the beginning, they were saying never be alone for Christmas, right? And she also said around December 11th, the relationships tend to break up right around the 11th of December. And clearly it's the 11th of December and she has broken up with her Mr. Pierre, okay? So,
Okay.
it's a big deal because her job is based off of the success. It seems like right now her business is based off the success of her own relationship, her being able to portray to the world that she has a successful relationship. And it's just, even though now that she has broken up, people are with him, people are calling and saying that, hey, I don't want to book with you anymore. I'm going to cancel my subscription with you, just all the things just to kind of take her business down because of something that he decided to do. So you have any thoughts on how her business is fluctuating at this point, EJ, and kind of crumbling?
Yeah, I thought it was crazy because for one thing, like, it shouldn't be dependent upon that. And then y'all don't even know the circumstances in which she left. Like, there has to be a reason why she would leave in the final hour. So the fact that nobody was even giving her the benefit of the doubt and was just all, taking in everything that he said, like, come on, y'all have to be smarter than that. I know. I was mad. I was like, stop it. This is
Right.
for this.
Yeah, but that's how society is, though. They see something that was once popular on the internet. They see, oh, this is a good thing. Oh, this person is perfect because they have the perfect relationship. I can trust that they're going to make sure I have the perfect relationship, which that's not the case at all. And so she kind of gets into a slump and she kind of gets a little bit depressed, but then she gets that one phone call. And if initially she's like, no, I'm not doing it. And she hangs up on him. And then she calls him back and says, "Okay, all right," because finds it in herself, like she finds the strength within herself to say, "Oh, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting my, what I have already built. I'm not quitting that." And it was
Mhm.
actually something that her fiance said, and that was in the back of her mind about something about quitters. And so she's like, in her mind, in her world, she's not a quitter whatsoever. And so, this is when she makes that phone call, or she returns the phone call to somebody on the other end and says, "Okay, let's do it." And then she meets this guy, EJ. What did you think? Like, what the
Goofy,
heck?
goofy. I said, boy, she got a lot of work to do with this one, right?
Okay.
I said she got a lot of work to do. How he gonna get a date in 4 days? I do not know. But it's somebody out there for everybody. So I was like, but we're gonna have to do some things. We're gonna have to work our way in because he came in a hot mess.
Right.
For real, for real.
Right. Yep, because just like you just said, y'all, he needed a date for this party at work in 4 days. And looking at him and the way he was walking in and running into stuff, running into everything, and just like so goofy. She takes him through a phase of educating him about his self-esteem, giving him affirmations, things to say, to encourage himself, to remind him that he can be the man, okay? And so she not only has to fix his inside and his thought process, she got to kind of do a little something with his outside. So she changes his clothing, she changes his hair. EJ, what did you think about the new look?
It was still giving goofy. I wasn't buying it. I was like, nah, we gotta do this swag. Like, I think sometimes some people have swag and some people just don't have swag. And I just think he was just one of them people who just didn't have swag, but yet he was still a good person. So you look at that aspect of it versus the swag aspect of it, because even the clothes, the hair, all of it didn't give him the swag. There was no confidence there. There was no I'm that. It was none of that, but it was definitely a big, huge improvement for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, yeah, it takes more confidence. It definitely you got to be born with swag. It can be learned, but it takes a period of time to actually, have it. You know what I mean? But the look was absolutely an improvement. Coming from those little braids, half braids in his hair, up into her, getting him that nice little cut, giving him some shades, even though he was still a little goofy. That's a part of it. He has to, remember, you can be the man. Like, you don't have to just be the goofball that, we see that he is. He's what they call a nerd. And so, here's switch. If you had to choose picture one with the red or picture two with the green, EJ, which would you choose?
Picture 3.
Oh my God. You just ain't giving Jawan no love.
Not none at all. Picture 3. Wherever that's it. I'm choosing that one.
No, ain't no picture 3. That's it, baby. But I loved it. I loved the makeover. I will say that I did love the makeover.
Yeah.
And so, all this time she's supposed to be helping him, get a date. They go to this Christmas party, or this place. I don't know exactly what the place was, but basically it was a Christmas tree decorating contest, and he ends up winning the contest. Now, he has certain qualities about himself that are likable. He's, he's intelligent. He can be funny without even realizing that he's being funny. And he won this whole Christmas tree. And then there was a woman that, he actually got to meet, but he was too nervous to, really even have a conversation with old girl. But he and Monica, they end up going to dinner, and because he wants to take her to the best barbecue restaurant in Memphis. And again, y'all, for those of y'all that don't know, this did take place in Memphis. We get some views of Beale Street, the Lorraine Hotel, some of the major attractions in Memphis, but another Memphis landmark, we got our girl K Michelle that is in this one as well. And so, unfortunately, her story is that she has stopped singing because her husband, the love of her life, pretty much was in an accident, which, once he got into the accident and he's now in his coma, now she no longer sings anymore because of that. But also, finally, EJ, at that same dinner, there's an older couple there that's saying, wow, you guys make actually a great couple. And she's like, oh no, we're not a couple. I'm like, Melissa, don't do him like that. Monica, don't do. I keep saying Melissa, Monica, don't do him like that. But there was potential because she's taking him out on dates when in actuality, she's supposed to be setting him up with others or trying to help him find somebody else. But any thoughts, particularly on the couple saying that they wouldn't be a nice couple and introducing K Michelle's character?
Well, first of all, I always love seeing K Michelle. That's my girl. Like, I love me some K Michelle. And I was like, okay. I mean, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just thought that couple was being extremely nosy. I didn't see the chemistry with them in this scene yet. I feel like we don't get like a real chemistry until later. But, I know that's how they wrote it and that's how it had to go. But I didn't see it. I was like, y'all is capping for real right now. But I love K Michelle.
Right.
I was just hoping she was going to sing. I said, just let her sing.
Right. And we'll get to that moment where she does finally. But like I said, y'all, we're not gonna go through this whole thing. They spent so much time together, like with her trying to basically rebuild him, to build him into someone that he kind of initially wasn't. And then, like I said, he went on this date. But he kissed the girl and the kiss actually sucked. So girl was like, oh nah, I'm good. Like, nix it. So because Monica felt guilty that he didn't have the date by the time of the party, she decided, okay, I'm gonna go against better judgment, and I'm gonna go to this, this whole dance or this whole party with you. And they meet the rest of the nerd squad, the rest of the, people that had the audacity to judge him, but they were a little trashy. I'm just saying. Any thoughts about this whole party, EJ?
Girl, in this part right here, I'm just like, bro, like you 10 times better than them at this point. Like, I know these aren't the people who was making you feel away this whole time. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Especially when he got the suit on, when she get him in the suit, now he look a little different. I say, okay, come through suit, till he open his mouth. But if he just keep his mouth shut, come through suit, as long as he don't do nothing else. But I thought it was really cute, and I love the way that she played it up and did all the things to really make him feel better, or whatnot. And I do feel like in this moment, I feel like we get a little more chemistry with them. Like, I feel like she's starting to like him a little bit more. He's still a little lost in the sauce, but I feel like she's starting to maybe see it as like, dang, do I really like him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I feel like even though it's not quite said yet, I do think that it's starting to get there, because I don't think she would have did it if she didn't like him a little.
Right. Right. I agree with that, EJ. And she's also, not only is she making him look good because Monica is a bit of eye candy for somebody. She also does this whole dance. They do this little dance situation, and I'm gonna play a clip of that really quick. But I thought it was cute because like she was, helping with the situation. Like she was making them jealous, like the people that's been hating on him and bullying him the whole time. She was like, "Oh no, don't worry about it, little buddy. I got you." And she steps in and she does her thing. And so they do this little dance routine. And also, if y'all listen to this song, this is one of the songs in the movie, but this is one of the songs that K Michelle actually performs towards the end. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just y'all check this out real quick, and we'll be right back.
Being in love is so beautiful. Thinking about a family playing golf in the snow. And looking at all of the presents we got under the tree. Realizing that you're all that I need.
Okay. Never gonna be alone for Christmas. So I actually love that song. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. And when I find it, I'm definitely gonna download it and put it on my Christmas playlist. But she brought that energy, she brought that livelihood out of him. She made him, she kind of encouraged him, through dance and all the other things, to have fun. So any particular thoughts on that whole situation, the whole dance routine? EJ, was you doing the body roll, or was you not even listening to
I thought it was cute. No, I thought it was cute. I was like, oh, this is so cute. And then you could actually see that he's starting to let his guard down more and come out of his shell more. So I loved it. And I liked how she had everybody hyping him up. Because what y'all not gonna do is y'all not gonna be out here y'all not gonna be out here making Joe feel away. Okay, right. When y'all are goof troop 1, 2, 3, and 4, because them females that they had with like, stop playing with me right now. Y'all need to quit. So I love that she was like hyping it up, and Joe was the life of the party when it was all said and done.
Yep. Okay? Yep. I absolutely loved it. But then there's a little chemistry moment that happens because he sucks as a kisser. She says, "Okay, I'm gonna volunteer. I know against better judgments, and I'm gonna teach you how to kiss." But he laid one of them kisses on her that went to her toes, and she was like, "Wait a minute, wait, what am I doing? Oh, it's time for you to go. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, but you got to go." Because it's the book. It's what do they say when don't judge a book by its cover? So even though he was this goofy, but for her the kiss actually worked. What didn't work for the other person actually worked for her, and she was like, "Wait a minute, like this is too much." What did you think about them and their little moment, EJ?
I mean, it was cute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all cute. I think that in this moment, she really realizes that, oh, I think I might actually like him a little bit. Like I might actually cut for him a little bit. And that's why the kiss was like that, because he didn't learn how to kiss in 2.5 seconds. That man still didn't know how to kiss. But she felt something for him, which makes a kiss different when you feel something for somebody versus when you don't feel something for somebody. So, and that's something that can be taught and learned anyway. So I like that for them. I thought it was cute. I just was wondering if he was gonna like read the room, like, "Sir, what you gonna do?" But then again, she got him up out of there so quick, he probably didn't have time to think about it. She said, "Oh no, you got to go."
Okay. Yeah, she had to ask him to exit the building. There's a couple of other moments where she gets to see who he is and what makes him comfortable. They go to his church. He meets the pastor. They do a little prayer. And we also see a moment where Tom Arnold is hilarious in this to me. He is going to Pierre and telling Pierre, "Listen, I don't know what you got going on, but I need you to get back with your lady, and y'all need to go ahead and get married. Like the ratings are going to start dropping because they like drama. They definitely like drama, but they love even more when a rebound story when the couples kind of get back together. So I need you to go check on your lady and get back with her and get her to basically marry you live on television. And so of course he does that. We already talked about this, y'all. I just wanted to give y'all these images. I'm good at not putting stuff on the screen when I need to. But it's okay because I wanted to really make this short and sweet. And so with that being said, she agrees to, she agrees to go and after the kiss. Girl, look at her eyes. She was like, oh, she was in there. She was in a lust love. Okay. But they also go and they talk to K Michelle. They want her to, because Joe asked her, when was the last time you sang it? She's kind of saying it like, when the last time I sang with my husband at his accident. So, I'm no longer doing that. And he wants her, of course, to come to this whole Christmas, where they do a Christmas drive and they feed people, they give out toys. He wants her to go and perform, and she just doesn't want to sing. And so there's also a moment where Monica goes later on and talks to her and says, hey, she kind of gives her some words of encouragement to her to perform actually at her wedding. And she does just that. She sings at the wedding that actually, y'all, I don't even want to spoil it for y'all. I need y'all to watch it to see whether or not Pierre and Monica actually get married. But one thing we do see at the Christmas drive, we do see where Kay Michelle and her husband, they actually are there and they're going to get to sing. As you can see, this is who her husband is. She goes and visits him at the hospital. And she's still talking to him, and as if he's wide awake. Unfortunately, at that time he wasn't. So with that being said, that's pretty much how it all goes down. It was a love story. She chose, and I will say this now, Monica, she should I let them know what Monica did at the end, EJ, or should I just let them watch it for themselves?
I don't know. I mean, it's a spoiler review anyway, so you can go for it.
Okay, well, we're gonna spoil it, damn it. Because we're almost done. So we gotta spoil it. It was just it tripped me out. So in other words, she was supposed to be getting married on television, and she got to the altar. The first of all, the pastor was just so dramatic with his do you take, like, he was so freaking dramatic, and that had me laughing. But unfortunately, y'all, she decided that she was not going to marry this man. And so she goes over to Joe, and Joe was like, nah, I don't think we should do this. I'm like, Joe, you got a whole good woman in front of you. Like, what is wrong with you, bruh? Like, what are you doing, EJ? What's going on?
The way I wanted to kick Joe upside the head. I mean, we do have to mention the fact that Joe had just got some really bad news, of course, and maybe that had something to do with him not accepting this. Because I'm like, sir, you is not the one nor the two. You better go ahead and get this woman. This is not happening again. And I'm not saying that man should settle or anything like that. I'm just saying she didn't go through with it. She wasn't really trying to be with you like that anyway, because she was trying to keep her ethics. It's just something that happened. So just let this happen. Don't be up here trying to be all happy when she show up to save the day. Like, Joe pissed me off. Like I said, do some bull. Okay? Like, come on, sir. Like, you don't get to say no to her, and then now you want to say yeah because she saved the day. What happened if she didn't save the day? Would you have spent the block and said yes? Like, no, like, I was just mad at Joe. I said, Joe, sit your butt down somewhere. But, it is what it is. But those are my true thoughts.
Absolutely. I'm here with you. Like, come on, Joe. Like, she's somewhat the perfect match. Like, and she even tells him that, listen, we've gone through all of the 5 phases that I talked about. We went through the goofy phase. We went through the let's get to know each other phase. We went through the where do we go from here phase. Like they literally went through all of the phases, even though and she was really, trying to get him, prepared to date someone else. But in actuality, she was kind of preparing that man for her and didn't even know it. Like he didn't know that they were going to be collect to be and become one. And so again, it was a cute story. Of course, I love Melissa L. Williams. She can do no wrong for me. Melissa was bodying like she is not. I don't know what happened, but she is no longer the skinny Ruth on Ruthless. Like her body was nice. That's all I can say. And I ain't, but she looked good, and I was happy just to see her because they've taken my show away. So just to see her on screen and working, it was a beautiful thing. Do I recommend this? I not just because I like Melissa L. Williams, I actually do recommend it. It's cute. It's funny. It's a rom-com. So if you're looking for something romantic, if you're looking for something a little funny, now don't expect like Eddie Murphy funny or Martin Lawrence funny or even Kevin Hart. If you expecting that type of funny, don't look for it in this particular film. It has its own qualities that I think somebody would, enjoy. Now, will I watch it more than once? Probably maybe twice, and then that'll probably be it for me. And that's just being realistic, being as honest as I can be. And again, I'm a Melissa L. Williams mega fan, but and this is a beginner writing, not as in the person is in the first grade writing, but the writer, he has about 3 other projects under his credit. And so he's not I wouldn't even compare him to Tyler Perry because some of y'all hate Tyler Perry, but he's borderline for me. He's giving that he could kind of work neck and neck with Ava DuVernay, because he's a love story. He's a Christmas film individual. So I definitely enjoyed it. And, that was it for me. Any final thoughts on Never Alone for Christmas, Memphis version, EJ?
I thought it was cute. I thought it was very cute. I actually enjoyed it. I too am like you. I probably wouldn't watch it multiple times. If it was on, I probably could watch it because it was on, but like I wouldn't go look for it. But I'm like that with a lot of Christmas movies. Like I'm usually I have certain Christmas movies that I'm watching over and over and over again. But for the most part, the rest of them, I'm really just I just want to get the dopamine hit and then I'm done with it. But I thought it was cute. Definitely worth the watch. I would definitely recommend giving it a try, especially if you like a little, if you like a little romance movie, stuff like that. So, definitely go ahead and give it a go.
Absolutely, EJ. Yeah, but y'all, that was pretty much it. This was our second Christmas movie of the month. We have about 2 more Christmas movies that we're gonna bring to you guys. And if you have a recommendation that you would love for us to chat or talk about, drop it in the comments. Drop it on, any of our posts that we post up on our YouTube channel, Talk That Talk Media. I do understand that some of our subscribers from All Things Ruthless and TV Junkie are watching us as well. And we absolutely appreciate you guys for being a part of the conversation tonight. But if you will, head on over here to Talk That Talk Media. We absolutely appreciate it. And we still have a lot coming up for you guys over here on Talk That Talk Media. And January 2026 is going to be amazing for Talk That Talk Media. We have a lot of things that we're gonna bring to you guys, and we're just looking forward to you joining us over here at Talk That Talk Media. EJ, any final thoughts for Talk That Talk Media?
Hey, this was fun.
Any channel.
Always. This is fun as always. I love a good Christmas movie, and of course, we'll have more Christmas movies coming up. Next week, we're going to be talking about Unexpected Christmas on Stars. So go ahead and watch it if you haven't watched it already. It has Little Rail in it and some other people. I can't think of everybody that's in it, but it's really, really fun and cute. So I'm excited to talk about that. And then just make sure to rock with the channel. I dropped the links in the description, in the comments, so that you guys can come and subscribe to the channel. You know, hey, we got a lot of stuff going on. I can't wait to like Tika said, 2026, we're going to be dropping a bunch of more stuff. So I'm excited to just see how the channel is going to grow. And y'all already know we're going to keep bringing our content on our regular channels. As usual, we got the last little episode of the family business coming up. I'm sad already, but y'all know it is what it is. So definitely make sure to like, share, subscribe to all the channels, do all the things. And we appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Peace.
Talk that.